Shazam! Mr. Wilson was thinking. Man, I love teaching, but what a tough day I am having with my class. They are really giving me a run for my money. It's a good thing I had a proper breakfast and went to bed early last night. Maybe the activities I planned for today will settle them down. Class, we are going to do a math activity using little pieces of candy. I am trying to teach you about fractions. Please, class, do not eat any of the candy until after the activity is over. I will give everyone 24 little pieces of candy. We need them to do the activity. I repeat, we need them to do the activity. After that, you can eat them. When Mr. Wilson was ready to start the lesson, Timmy didn't have any candy. No one had been out of their seat except Mr. Wilson. So he asked Timmy, "Did you eat your candy for the math activity?" With chocolatey breath and a candy-colored smile, Timmy said, "No, it was not me." The next period, Mr. Wilson said, "I am going to try to do a new writing activity with the class. Just let me explain it and give it a chance, and I bet you'll love it." Everyone got a copy of the paper they were supposed to write their outline on. As he finished passing out the papers, Mr. Wilson thought, "I just saw two very unique paper airplanes flying around in the back of the room. They would be great at recess, but I am trying to teach a writing lesson. This is a terrible distraction to the class." He picked up both of the paper airplanes. Mr. Wilson saw that they were copies of the writing assignment. Lisa and Bonita did not have their papers anymore. So Mr. Wilson asked them, "Did you make paper airplanes out of your writing assignments?" Laughing and crossing their hearts, Lisa and Bonita answered together, "No, it was not me." Mr. Wilson whispered to himself, "Just get through the lesson. Just get through the lesson and it will be lunchtime. Then I can have a little break. It will be better this afternoon. Man, it has to be better." Mr. Wilson had planned for the class to do some finger painting for an art project after lunch. "Let's get out some finger paints, cover the floor with newspaper, and I'll let the class finger paint." He looked in his cabinet for some art supplies. When Mr. Wilson turned around, he thought, "There's red paint on one of the computer keyboards. The monitor has green paint on it. The printer has yellow paint on it. I wish my class would make better choices. I wish they would be more considerate of each other. I wish they would treat me better." Johnny was the only student who had used yellow paint already. So Mr. Wilson asked him, "Did you get yellow paint on the printer?" Johnny smiled, pointed to himself with his yellow hands, and said, "No, it was not me." Melissa was the only student who had used red paint already. Mr. Wilson asked her, "Melissa, did you get red paint on the keyboard?" Waving her red hand, Melissa said, "No, no, no! It was not me!" Miranda was the only student who had used green paint already. So Mr. Wilson asked her, "Did you get green paint on the monitor?" She put her hand over her heart, and it made a green handprint on her shirt. Miranda said, No, it was not me. Tired of people always blaming me for stuff. Mr. Wilson looked defeated. He pressed the button to call the office. The secretary said, "Yes." That concludes part one of my author's reading of my illustrated children's book, Not Me. You gotta see this one. Check out the book on PublishAmerica. It's available now. The illustrations are off the hook, and you can see what happens with this class.